Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. I'm bringing you guys a brand new Pokemon Sword and Shield video today. Today we're talking about a brand new rumor and another leak / rumor that has surfaced regarding Pokemon Sword and Shield after the 24-hour Glimwood Tangle Ponyta live stream. Pretty interesting stuff. For those who didn't see the live stream, I have footage on my channel kind of recapping everything, but we've got an update from Sonia saying, we saw some interesting Pokemon, didn't we? I'll collect everyone's reports and create a summary for my Gran soon. Her Gran, of course, being Professor Magnolia, the professor of the Galar region. So in this video, I'm going to dive into a couple different rumors, like I said, potentially some crazy leaks, maybe pinpointing a couple different new Galarian forms and other information for Pokemon Sword and Shield. As always, we gotta take these with a grain of salt. They could just be someone making stuff up, but it is pretty crazy because they did accurately claim and predict the Galarian Ponyta that we saw in this trailer. So, coincidence maybe, but it also could lead us to the next set of Galarian Pokemon in Sword and Shield. Anyway, hit that like button down below, guys. Show some love in this video. I want to see you guys turn up, and make sure you guys subscribe if you guys are new. I'm close to 500,000 subscribers, and the aDrive army has been killing it. Join the best team today by subscribing down below. Anyway, let's jump into it. About a week and a half ago, I posted this video talking about a STICKBUG and a PEGASUS RAPIDASH Galarian form rumor, and that's actually going to be kind of the core of this video, but there's some other information I wanted to add on to it, but I did cover something similar to this and this post about a week and a half ago. So here's the post in kind of mobile form. I'm going to go over this pretty quickly because, again, I did talk about this in another video, and there is something else that I wanted to add on here at the end that I think was pretty important. But this talks about the fact that there's going to be 97 new Pokemon. Some of those are legendaries and mythicals, over 500 older Pokemon from the decks, which brings it to about 600 Pokemon. Only Kanto, Johto, and Sinnoh starters are back, which would in some ways make sense. Then it says Eevee doesn't get a new evolution, and I found this rumor to be incredibly interesting because this is the first time we've really seen a rumor that says, hey, there's no evolution, because they all pretty much have been saying Eevee, 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 because a lot of people think there's going to be an Eevee. So it almost makes this one more legit in some ways that it shoots down the evolution, but nevertheless, some legendaries are in, like the Johto main 2, the Hoenn Weather Trio, Unova main 3, and Alolan main 3, which would be obviously Necrozma, Solgaleo, and Lunala, which just got an event for their shiny forms. Makes sense to me that those would be included, especially considering they just got events. And then in terms of the other ones, none of them are necessarily overwhelmingly overpowered. I mean, some of them are pretty good. The Hoenn Weather Trio obviously is very strong, but maybe if you take the primals out, they won't be as big of a deal. I don't know. But anyway, Galarian forms. Farfetch becomes pure fighting and exclusive to Sword, evolves into Surfetch. Now again, that has already been confirmed, and that's what really sparked this rumor in the first place, is the time and dates of when these took place. Farfetch becoming fighting type, exclusive to Sword, evolves into Surfetch. Again, that was confirmed. But then it goes on to state that Chatot becomes Ghost and Flying and is exclusive to Shield, evolves into a bigger parrot called Chataunt. So it's saying that Chatot is going to be kind of the next Pokemon to get some special treatment, become Ghost and Flying type, and then it's a Shield exclusive, getting a new evolution similar to how Farfetch was the Sword exclusive, getting an evolution. Then it goes on to Luxio and Luxray and Shinx becoming Dark and Ground. Everyone has always speculated that Luxray should be Dark and Electric type, but perhaps it's going to get a Galarian form that actually is Dark type. And then here we go. It says the Ponyta line becomes Pure Fairy. Rapidash evolves into an Alicorn, which is a horse with one horn and Pegasus wings. That's what an Alicorn is, my understanding. So this was from, like I said, a few weeks ago, and it did predict that Ponyta was going to get a Galarian form, becoming Pure Fairy, and turn into an Alicorn. And there's a lot of kind of speculation that Rapidash is going to have Pegasus-like wings. If you look at the trailer or the 24-hour stream of the two Ponyta run and play with each other in the clearing, they do look up for a minute, and that could be a sign that they were looking up at the Rapidash flying over above. It could just be that they looked up just coincidentally, but definitely kind of some theories kind of surrounding that. And then Rapidash, of course, when the camera goes dark, you hear Rapidash's cry during the 24-hour stream. It then goes on to talk about Pawniard becoming Psychic and Fighting type, Girafarig becoming Dark and Psychic type, and I definitely could see some special treatment for Girafarig. And then again, to kind of go through some of this a little quicker, ignore this guy here posting at the bottom, but Gigantamax forms, the Kanto starters, Pikachu, Lapras, Gengar, Sinnoh starters, Flygon, Haxorus, Corviknight, Dreadnought, Alchemy, Polteageist, and Eternatus. And then it goes on to say some new Pokemon. The starter final types are Grass and Rock, Fire, and then Water Psychic, which do kind of align with the Aflac League in terms of what we can expect. Corviknight has two pre-evolutions, a pure flying one that looks like a mockingbird, the second that looks like a falcon. We do know that Corviknight is the third stage in a three-stage line, just based on the Gigantamax images that came off the website that labeled them. Corviknight was labeled number 3, whereas something like Polteageist was labeled number 2. There's a chance that Polteageist has an evolution. It says that it has an evolution, and the last one is a porcelain elephant. Very possible there. It then goes on to talk about Zacian, Eternatus, and Zamazenta. So, and then it also talks about Alchemy having a pre-evolution, which I believe we did see the exact same thing where Alchemy was labeled number 2. So that tells us it's the second form in the evolutionary line. But anyway, let's dive into kind of the new information here. And this is the post that kind of surfaced yesterday that I thought was very, very interesting. It does talk a lot about the post we just mentioned, and that's why I wanted to set the stage with that one first. But let's jump into this. It says, after the 24-hour live stream, it seems a lot of fans are a little disappointed with the introduction of Galarian Ponyta. If you've been paying attention this year, we haven't been gifted as much info as much as we'd like, and I'm here to share some vital info with you all. We're gonna start with Impidimp. We know that Impidimp has been featured this summer in the demo, but it hasn't officially been revealed. This was a ploy to be able to utilize and set up for the live stream. Impidimp is dark and fairy, but why make us wait months to make it official, and why wait until we've seen Galarian Ponyta? So we know Impidimp came out in the E3 demo, and it's been shown in so many demos across the world at these different gaming conventions, but yet they have yet to confirm Impidimp. It was even shown in a trailer for the Switch Lite a few months back, and we've seen Impidimp a handful of times, and then it turns out to be this trolley type Pokemon in this 24-hour live stream from Ponyta. So it makes sense if they had all this planned out, this marketing plan from day one, which I'm sure they had some sort of plan from day one. It would make sense that they held back the Impidimp release, so that way they can use him in a way here and really showcase to everyone, because as much as I know what Impidimp is, and I'm sure most of you guys have heard of Impidimp prior to this video or prior to the 24-hour live stream, a lot of people probably didn't if they don't follow the demo or didn't kind of keep up to date on that. The Galarian Ponyta is pure fairy type. It has a gender difference with the females having a tail and the male not having a tail. If we look at Ponyta's horn, it is bicolored. When a female Ponyta evolves into Rapidash, it becomes fairy and flying with wings. Hence why Phantump and Swirlix were shown floating. That's a very interesting point. Phantump and Swirlix were both shown very high up on the screen, and I believe Cottony was also shown pretty high up on the screen, just kind of swirling around. Could that be kind of foreshadowing towards the fact that this thing is also going to fly and kind of join these other Pokemon that are floating and flying above the ground? Now we bring up Impidimp again. When a male Galarian Ponyta evolves, we have a new Pokemon, a dark type that lacks wings. I do not have the name for it, but I did see a sketch of it. When these are officially unveiled in the trailer next week, we'll see 2 more insights into the game before it's released. So this is a mind-blowing kind of rumor here in the sense that it's saying that Galarian Ponyta is going to be a split evolution. The females, which have the tail, are going to be fairy and flying and grow wings. The males, which don't have a tail, are going to become dark type that don't have wings. That's crazy. I don't know necessarily how much I believe, but I'm not saying that it can't be true, because I mean, there's a very big gender difference between these two, if that's what it is. We're assuming it's a gender difference, the lack of a tail. For those who didn't see, one Ponyta had a tail, one didn't. That's a pretty drastic gender difference. We've seen gender differences across the Pokemon world with Pikachu having heart-shaped tails and Heracross having a heart-shaped horn instead of like kind of the normal Heracross horn, and some other ones, even some pretty drastic color changes like Hippowdon rather. But to completely remove a tail, that's, you know, that's a pretty drastic gender difference, which could indicate maybe a form change or a different evolution. I wouldn't kind of rule it out of the equation here. I'd have to do a little research on lore, and maybe you guys know, is there any kind of lore that points towards either male or female unicorns existing in the world as opposed to the other gender? I think that might tie into this some way. I also want to mention that I think I just want to throw this in there kind of separately. There is, I think, what's called the coat of arms or something like that, which is oh God, you guys are gonna rip me apart because I don't actually know. As an American, we don't know these things, but there's like a unicorn, Pegasus, and then like some sort of a lion on this like coat of arms, and I'm curious what the lion is gonna be, because this seems to probably represent the unicorn Pegasus side of things. But anyway, you guys can kind of elaborate on that in the comments, because I'm sure you guys are more educated than that. I'm definitely going to do some research there. But anyway, we will receive a direct on Halloween that is going to showcase the second stage for the starters: Drumape, Raboot, and Sisile. And again, Raboot, Sisile, these are names that have been thrown around. Drumape and Bongarilla and all these different names. I mean, this sound-based Grookey evolution has been thrown around a lot. We will not be shown the final evolutions until the game releases it, so not make any haste decision on who we want as our starter and to leave it as an element of surprise. That point, I totally think is real. I actually feel like they're probably not going to release the final evolutions. That interview they did, the 101 Game Informer questions, they did not answer that question like they were ready to give up that information. So I'm thinking that we're probably going to get middle evolutions, but probably not final evolutions. Eternatus is going to be shown. It is Halloween after all. I should also mention that we'll meet Torcuda, the fish that Cramorant shoots like a missile. It does not evolve and serves as our basic fish, similar to kind of Wishy-Washy. Opal and Kabu are also going to be introduced, which are 2 gym leaders, presumably the fairy and fire type gym leader. The final new Pokemon is shown as Chatot evolution, Chataunt, a ghost and flying type. As many have guessed, it will serve as the version exclusive for Shield. So you can see these 2 different things. And actually, I'm seeing this comment back here kind of in the background as I'm looking. It says, they could be basing the gender difference off of Dagger and not from Norse myth. Ponyta and Rapidash are always purposed to be based on them, so it could make sense. Also note the female one had a shiny mane, but the male one had a black horn, so it makes sense. So this person, Gypsy Senpai, under us here, under this post, bringing up a little bit more information, kind of elaborating onto the question I just asked. So if I had just opened my eyes, I would have seen that. But nevertheless, some pretty crazy stuff, man. I don't know, man. I thought this was nuts. Again, as with any rumors, we don't know what's going on until kind of it's either proven true or proven false. But this one, it really stuck out to me because it jumps off of kind of the previous one, which talked about Ponyta. And again, we covered that already, but still very interesting. And then it talks about this new Chatot evolution. Chatot's like such a random Pokemon, but could be really cool if it got some sort of, you could have a new form or evolution or whatever. That could be really dope. So just a bunch of crazy stuff, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and thank you so much for watching our video today. I don't know, man. This is gonna be nuts, but I'm really excited to see the official reveal for Ponyta, which I'm assuming is coming early this week, or this coming week rather. So thank you guys again for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.